Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 6 of Shut It Down Sports Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about same thing we regularly been talking about. We've had a great week of college football, pretty good NFL. Thank y'all. Hope y'all enjoy.
Wish I was on a rocket top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smog and smoke on rocket top, ain't no telephone bills. Oh, rocket top, you'll always be sweet on me.
Alrighty, folks, welcome in episode 6. What a dream weekend it was, sports-wise. If you're a Kentucky football fan like I am, not a good weekend. Tennessee Titans football, not a good weekend. However, we had great football matchups, college and pro. We had the Ryder Cup if you care about golf. We have some baseball we're actually going to talk today. Basketball's around the corner. Kevin Durant's talking stuff with Anthony Edwards. They're going back and forth. It's outstanding. Tatum, start us off. We're doing... No.
I don't want this.
Save that one for last. Okay, we'll fly through some of these early games, or some of these NFL games. Great weekend NFL, and then we will make our picks like always. And we got a lot of issues with Titans and Kentucky. But anyway, go ahead.
All right, this is last. All right, so first game we got Seahawks versus the Cardinals. Seahawks won 23-20. That was a pretty close game the whole way. Kyler Murray did good. Seahawks did real great. It wasn't like it was some good teams, but it wasn't like the greatest team, so it wasn't like it was like a good matchup, but not the two best teams.
It's a weird division with the Rams. We'll talk about them here in a minute. But you got the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks. Who am I missing?
Rams, Seahawks.
Doesn't matter. We'll think of it here in a minute. Oh, 49ers. Yeah, they're all kind of good, kind of not, kind of competitive. So Seahawks win, or 23-20. But again, just when you thought the Cardinals weren't very good and Kyler Murray's kind of done, maybe he's not. Moving on.
Next game we got Rams at Rams Colts. Rams win 27-20. I think who was it? Daniel Jones did good. I mean, I think it was just those are two pretty good teams. Rams, I think they're not going to be like the best team this year, but I think they're going to be pretty good this year. Going to make it kind of far in the playoffs. So it was not a bad game though. Just lost by one touchdown.
Yeah, Colts get their first loss. The Rams are legit. Again, going back to that NFC West division. Colts are still for real, though. Tough loss to the Rams. So, really good game. We'll see how this goes forward. I think the Rams, Sean McVay is always going to be prepared. Had a good game plan going in against the Colts. And turns out Daniel Jones may be human because right now, earlier he was not playing like it. He was playing very well. All right.
Next game, it was a pretty good game. Not the best game for the Ravens, though. Chiefs won against the Ravens. So, the Ravens were doing pretty good. I think this is their second loss. They lost to the Bills and Chiefs, right?
No, they lost. This is their third. Stat boy. What's the Ravens record?
0-4.
No, 1-3, I believe.
Yeah, I think
1-3.
1-3.
But I mean, the Ravens came out pretty hot last year at the end of the season. They're still going to be pretty good, just not that good. And the Chiefs, I mean, I don't know. They're kind of back and forth. Like they were doing bad, then they were doing a little bit better. Then I guess they're just being a little bit tricky, kind of like a roller coaster. So, yeah, but Chiefs beat Ravens 37-20.
Yeah, so Chiefs, well, first let's get to the Ravens. Lamar Jackson gets hurt, obviously. Kills the Ravens there. Derrick Henry, the week before, had the huge costly fumble. The Chiefs, they're older, right? But if they finish 10-7, and they get first round of the playoff, are there any AFC teams that really want to see the Chiefs in the playoffs? No. If they just get there, they're going to be scary. This was a huge win for them because the loser of this game is kind of not panic time because it's still early in the year. However, it's kind of like, oh boy, what are we going to do? That ended up being the Ravens, especially with the Lamar injury. We'll see where it goes from there.
So next game we got Eagles versus Bucks. Eagles won 31-25. Was not a bad game. I think Jalen Hurts did pretty good. And then you got what's his name? What's the cornerback? Cooper DeJean did good. Deshaun, I don't know. The Bucks did good. I think the Eagles are just better than them. So they just didn't. They should be happy they caught up pretty well with the Eagles.
Yeah, the Bucks did what they have done all year, kind of like I guess we got to play now here at the end to try and win the game. You can do that against other teams, okay? You cannot and win against the Falcons, the Saints, the Panthers, the teams in your division. You cannot do that against the champion Eagles. This was a perfect demonstration of where both teams are right now. The Bucks are contenders, but they're not former champions. The Eagles didn't play great. However, they still found a way to win on the road. I'm not discouraged by this one as a Bucks fan. I think if we, get everybody healthy, I think this game, you give Baker Mayfield a chance in the playoffs with the chance to win the game, like he did against the Texans and some other teams this year. But Eagles, and again, Tatum, the tush push.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's fair or not? They're trying to outlaw it.
I think it's pretty fair. It's not
I agree.
It's not the fairest, but it's I don't really like it, but I still do think it's fair.
Yeah, just find out how to stop it. However, the tush push fake with the end around to Saquon, not fair. Nobody's ever going to catch him. That was nasty play design. That was awesome. So good luck stopping that. Whoever.
Last and final game of the NFL. Pretty mad about it. Texans won 26-0 to the Titans. I think me and my dad were talking earlier about how Will Levis, Cam Ward's good, but I think Will Levis have better records than Cam Ward right now. I think it's not any of the quarterback's fault or anything. I think it's something with the offensive line and the defensive line. I just don't think that's too great.
So, again, folks, I'm gonna tell you when we screw up. I said the Jets were a sneaky playoff team. Wrong, okay? But we called this back on the first podcast. Those of you that listened, is it the quarterback? I think Cam Ward's the guy. Right? Again, did Levis have a better coach? Absolutely. Did Levis have Derrick Henry? Absolutely. However, the numbers aren't even close through their first 4 starts. His were better, and he had a win. All right. Again, he was in it's not about the quarterback right now. It's about the dysfunctional organization, Tennessee Titans. They are an absolute train wreck.
I think it's just really everything. I think it's some of it's the coach too.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to get fired this year.
He's going to. It's just a matter of time. Some people thought maybe this week.
Maybe not this week. I mean, maybe not this year. Probably next year.
Maybe. But again, Homer pick here. We're Will Levis guys. Hope he gets another opportunity. Titans are really bad. Organization really bad. I think Cam Ward's the guy. But this is not good if you're a Titans fan. Moving on.
Sponsor break. Let's switch it up this week. You got one. Maybe next. 313 Lawn and Landscaping. Great job. Not too pricey. And yeah, they're just a great business. If you want to go look up their business, it's on Instagram, and I think they have a Facebook. Great transformation pictures. I think they're an amazing business.
Yep. Shout out to Cooper and the boys from 313 Landscaping. Great quality work at an absolutely reasonable price. Maybe even too reasonable. Just saying.
Moving on to college football. Those were some pretty tight, pretty close games, and in some of the games that we are about to go over, you'd think the other team would win, but they lost not by too much, just by not as much as you think they would have. So first game, we have Virginia won against Florida State in double overtime, 46-36.
Yeah, a heck of a job by Virginia closing that one late. Thought Florida State was going to be able to come back and win. Excellent field storm. One of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was great.
The game that was on during Kentucky, that if you all follow the Instagram page, you saw the double TV setup. Also, we would have had a quadruple TV setup, but I have sons, and they keep breaking TVs. That's another story. Anyway,
what I was going to
Oregon.
say about this game, Florida State, I think their quarterback, Florida State's quarterback, I feel like he was really carrying their team. I feel like he led their team really the whole game. Great job to him. Moving on, you got this one.
Yeah, Florida State's wide receiver did get ran over. The guy that flicked him off, they should beat him up. Anyway, Oregon, Penn State, electric atmosphere. Mo Bamba playing at the beginning. We called this James Franklin, big game, count him out. Okay, it's just an absolute fact. Oregon, just huge, tough as nails. They are built for games like this. Great, a huge Dan Lanning guy. Quarterback played just well enough to win. Receivers were good. Looked like, for most of the game, it was super boring. Then got it really exciting there at the end. Oregon beats Penn State on the road, 30-24.
So this is one of the games I was talking about. Well, it was really me. I don't know who my dad was going for, but this was one of the games where I thought Penn State, they wouldn't win by a lot, but they would win by like a touchdown or two. But it was the opposite. Oregon won. So, it wasn't too bad. It was only 6 points, but I did think Penn State would whoop them, so I was not expecting that. Because all of the hype, really, too. Next game, we got pretty sad game for LSU. Ole Miss won against LSU 24-19. LSU, I just don't feel like they would lose by Ole Miss. I feel like they can lose by some teams, but I feel like Ole Miss is good, but they're not as good to beat LSU. What you got for that?
So, great job, as always, play calling. Lane Kiffin takes a gamble late, and it pays off. LSU's defense has been really good, not good enough. Again, you hold LSU or Ole Miss to 24 points. You think you have a chance to win the game. LSU's offense not clicking like we thought it would. So, huge win for Ole Miss. This is a game that they normally play really close and then end up blowing, because they've been really good, but not great here in recent memory. But huge win for Ole Miss. Makes the Kentucky loss not as bad, except they lost to South Carolina. Why don't we get into that one, Tatum?
Kentucky versus South Carolina. Man, South Carolina won 35-13. 35-13. I mean, didn't you already play South Carolina? Oh, that was Ole Miss you were talking about. But, South Carolina, I mean, whenever they played Vandy, Vandy's good, but they're not that good. So to beat them, 27-3, I think?
31-7.
31-7, I just think South Carolina wasn't that great of a team, but I feel like they're still good. We don't like their coach, though. But, I mean, I guess it's Kentucky. I think it's a little bit of both, how South Carolina can be good and then it can be bad. And then Kentucky, they're only winning one game. I think y'all play Georgia this week, right?
Yeah, we'll get to that pick later. Thanks for reminding me. Kentucky football maybe coming to an end for Mark Stoops. A lot of people want it there to be moving to an end. Again, you're paying the guy 9th highest paid coach in college football, and we are the worst team in the SEC. Now that Mississippi State has it rolling a little bit, which we'll get to here in a minute. Vanderbilt significantly better. South Carolina obviously significantly better. What made it worse Saturday night, was that you come out, you're ready to go, you march right down the field, score a touchdown, and you're like, oh yeah, we're good. Offensive line can't block. It's like I'm watching the Titans. Quarterback plays not very good. We switch quarterbacks, supposed to make it better. But, again, I don't think it's all on him, kind of like Cam Ward. Not a lot of weapons. He has 2 pretty good running backs, not a lot of weapons at receiver. Offensive line that doesn't block well. And now you get, after blowing that, or getting blown out 35-13, you go on the road to Georgia on Saturday. Schedule coming up is extremely tough. This is maybe the beginning of the end for Stoops.
So, what didn't make sense was last year, Kentucky lost by 1 point, I think. 1 point. And Kentucky wasn't that great either. So I don't know if Georgia just wasn't playing good or something. But last year was a little off. But South Carolina did take the win for Kentucky. Last college game that I want to talk about. Not too disappointed, but a little disappointed. Tennessee versus Mississippi State. Tennessee won. But it should have never been that close to Mississippi State. I feel like they should have never went into overtime. And I just don't get it. I feel like we were doing good, but then they came back, and they scored, and then they tied the game 17-17. I didn't watch the final. I don't know if I said 41 or 40. It was either 41-34 or 40-34. But yeah, I am happy with the game winning overtime. I was a little stressed there at the end. But moving on to our next our NFL games.
Let's stay in college since there's only a couple of them.
Before
we get into our picks, all right, we're going to talk about on the move, moving and storage. Been in business since 2005. Again, another company that's going to do you right and give you a very fair price going forward. If you're moving from Murfreesboro to Michigan, wherever, they can handle it. All right, now let's talk a little baseball. The Mets absolutely collapsed, and shout out to the Cincinnati Reds, who we saw back late July, saw them play the Dodgers, are in the playoffs after it looked very, very unlikely that was going to happen. So, Ellie De Cruz, Cincinnati Reds, made the playoffs. Hunter Green maybe pitching soon. He's really good.
We can still beat them.
Who?
The Reds.
The Dodgers?
The Dodgers can still beat the Reds,
Yeah,
right?
it's the playoffs. No, the Reds made the playoffs. Stat boy, I ain't got time for your Dodgers stuff.
Oh,
all right, go ahead.
moving on.
College football.
Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, let's talk. We just got done talking Kentucky.
I'm looking at this. What's it called? I'm looking at the spread right now on my dad's paper. It's not good. It's UK at Georgia. The spread is 20.5. I was gonna say earlier they'll probably win like 25-0. But I mean they could do what they did last year. Maybe get a little close. You just never know, really. What you got to talk about that?
Kentucky always plays Georgia close for the most part. I wouldn't say play close. There's been some close games like last year, Will Levis' year. They normally always cover the spread. It's normally a defensive battle, field position, low-scoring game. Georgia for sure wins. However, I think I'm going to take Kentucky to barely cover the spread. Something like a 24-7 game that's real boring not to watch. That's what I'm rolling with.
Yeah, I mean, they ain't got the worst quarterback, but they don't have Carson Beck this year.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't got him. They lost some of their good players. I think they lost one of their like a good wide receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was good. Moving on, Vandy at Alabama. Alabama, the spread is 10.5. Alabama's favored by 10.5. Stat boy over here.
Stat boy's not a fan of the spread.
Surprise. This is gonna be a pretty close game. Last year, Vandy beat Alabama. I don't know what the score was, and then they took the field goal down. They put it in the Nissan Stadium River, I think.
45-42.
45-42. You could see the Alabama fans in the stands. They were not too happy. So we'll see what's gonna happen this week. So yeah, I mean, I think the spread should be a little lower just because Vandy's doing good. Alabama's kind of like going up and down.
Big win at Georgia last week for Alabama. I think I'm going to take Vandy and the points. Alabama wins by a touchdown or so, but I think Vegas might be all over this one at 10.5, so probably wouldn't not bet it.
Last game we got...
Hold on, what's your pick for here? You going Vandy to cover, Alabama to win? Or you think? What do you think?
I'm going to go Alabama just because of... I like Ryan Williams. They're good wide receiver, and it's at home at Alabama, and the loss that Georgia just got beat, the loss that Georgia just got by Alabama. I feel like Georgia is doing good, and Alabama wasn't doing too great. So I'm going to take Georgia just because of those three reasons right there. Last game, we got Miami at Florida State. Was it? I feel like there was this game. No, it was Florida versus Florida State. Oh, so I think I'm going to take Miami here. Two really good teams. I like Carson back, not too much, but I like him, so that's probably why I'm going to take Miami. And then Cam Ward went there. So just a pretty good team. They're never really bad at college football. And then Florida State's pretty good, pretty talented. I think tied overtime with Florida. And Florida's not a bad team. So I think it'll be pretty close. Don't say this. Oh, Miami is favored by 4.5.
I'm going to go Miami here. I think Florida State will be motivated after the tough loss to Virginia, but I think Miami's just too much talent. Watch out, folks. They could be, definitely. They were one game away from the college football playoff. Definitely a national championship contender, just with the seed they could get because their schedule's not super hard. So yeah, I got Miami to cover here. Moving on to the NFL.
So got a lot of games on here. I don't know when these games are. Always, it doesn't say. But
this is in order. So this is Thursday night.
Thursday night football. We got 49ers at Rams. Rams favored by 6.5. Spread should be a little bit higher just because 49ers aren't too great this year. And then Rams, like I said earlier, they're not going to go too far in the playoffs, but I think they'll make it like second round playoffs. So I'm going to take Rams here for this one.
All right, so I'm going to go Rams here as well. The spread is weird, and here's why. Because it's Thursday night. A lot of coaches talk about how hate Thursday night, hate the short weeks. So probably would just take Rams money line here. Not a huge fan of betting points here. But the 49ers, they just lost the Jaguars. We didn't talk about that game. They've snuck out some wins, but I think the Rams are legit. So maybe I'm talking myself into taking the points. I don't know. I'm taking Rams. Won't touch.
You want to switch every time?
Yeah.
Right,
Vikings going to Denver. Carson Wentz played well in his first game, not very well in the last game. Bronco. Oh, no. Can't read them all right. Vikings are going to Cleveland. Vikings are favored by 3.5. I've got. I'm going to go Browns here to cover. Vikings win. Wouldn't surprise me if Browns won. The Vikings are just too inconsistent. Can they get the ball to Justin Jefferson? So we'll see. We'll see on that one. Not a game that I'm overly excited about with Carson Wentz playing, and the Browns are just, their defense. They beat the Packers. That's another game we did not mention. We had a game ended in a tie. Shador's not playing. He's fourth string. So go ahead.
So I don't know what J.J. McCarthy's injury was. I don't think it was too bad. But Carson Wentz, shout out to him. He wasn't the best. I think last week, it was. But he was not the best whenever there were 2 games he played, I think. And the first one he played good, and then second one wasn't too good. So I think I'm going to cheer for the Vikings here, and I think the Browns are going to win by like a field goal probably. But not like it's going to be a close game, but like not the best 2 good teams. Next game we got Raiders at Colts. Colts favored by 7.5. I'm going to go Colts here. I'm starting to become a Daniel Jones fan even more. He's doing great this season. And then Raiders, not too great. Geno Smith kind of carrying their team a little bit. So I'm going to go with Colts here.
Yeah, Colts have been playing well. This is a get-right game for them. Raiders, Pete Carroll's going to make them competitive. There's not enough bullets in the gun. I got Colts. I like Colts in -7. I think they cover. Moving on, we have Giants at the Saints. And the Saints are favored by 2.5. The winless Saints favored per DraftKings -2.5.
So, this is going to be a pretty close game. Not the best game. Saints haven't won a game this year.
But they've been competitive.
Yeah, 0-4.
The Bills did not cover against the Saints.
I think their QBs, they're all kind of progressing, getting a little bit better as they go.
Mm-hmm.
Their QBs kind of shining more.
Not a great stat line, but it's keeping them in games. Giants, here's the thing with the Giants, though. Malik Neighbors out for the year. Jackson Dart beats the Chargers.
Is he playing?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be pretty hard. I think I'm going to go Giants here. I'm a pretty big Jackson Dart fan here. And then Saints just not too good. I think Giants are doing pretty good this year, so I'm going to go Giants for this one.
I can't believe the Saints are favored. Maybe they are just putting a lot of faith in Malik Neighbors. But the Giants' defense finally woke up. And if they continue to play at the level they're playing at, the Saints will not score a ton of points. I've got the Giants winning, obviously covering the +2.5.
Okay, next game. I'm a little surprised at the spread right here. Broncos at Eagles. Eagles favored by 3.5 only. I feel like the Broncos pretty good. Bo Nix pretty good. Yeah. I don't think the Broncos are the best this year, though. I feel like the spread should be a little bit bigger. Eagles, they just won to who? Here, let me check.
Bucks.
They just won to the Bucks. I think Bucks are pretty good. So, I know Eagles are going to win here, and I'm cheering for the Eagles. So, what you got for this game?
I've got here's the thing. I'm going to take the Eagles. I'm not going to take the points. I would go Eagles money line. Broncos defense can keep this game competitive. Bo Nix, he may struggle against the Eagles defense. But the Eagles have got to eventually lose. It has now been, I heard, a calendar year since they've last lost. So that's kind of scary. So I'm going Eagles to win, not to cover against the Broncos. But a really good matchup here this Sunday.
I want to say this game.
Go for it.
This game is Texans at Ravens. Texans favored by 1.5. So the Ravens, they're pretty good this year. They're just not that great as they were at the end of the season last year. They just lost to the Chiefs 37-20, so I'm a little surprised at that. But
Remember, probably no Lamar.
yeah, that's also true. But I still do think the Ravens should at least have the spread, even if it's 1.5. I don't know who I'm gonna cheer for. I don't know who's gonna win. So you talked about them outside.
I'm gonna go. I think the Ravens still struggle. I'm gonna go Texans with Stat Boy. With the Texans, pull out a close one here. I like Vegas -1.5. I think it comes down to the final drive. I'll take Texans. The Ravens continue to struggle. Low scoring game here.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with my dad. I think I'm gonna cheer for the Texans, and I think the Texans gonna take it. Pretty close game though. Pretty close game. I just like C.J. Stroud a lot, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna go Texans here. You got this.
Cowboys at Jets. Cowboys
bad,
favored by 2.5. One game we did not talk about that we should have with Packers and Cowboys ended in a tie. Stayed up for absolutely nothing. I never stay up for Sunday Night Football, but I decided I was going to because of the Micah Parsons Bowl.
Got a question.
Mm-hmm.
How is it a tie? I thought it goes into overtime.
So they go in overtime,
I never watched
and
this.
then if it ends after the 10-minute overtime, they just count as a tie, which a tie is better than a loss. But
Yes, it
man, that's so unfortunate. Anyway, I'm going to say Jets get their first win this week.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys favored by 2.5. Aaron Glenn gets them playing hard. Last night, I don't know. I don't see how the Jets win, though, but I've got to take the Jets. They got to come alive at some point. But they looked so bad against the Dolphins last night.
So Cowboys, they 2 weeks ago I think it was, they did not do awful. They did not do awful. I think CeeDee Lamb's doing good. I think CeeDee Lamb I think got hurt.
George Pickens.
But George Pickens pretty good. He was the one who got hurt.
No, CeeDee Lamb got hurt. George Pickens been playing well.
George Pickens been playing well. Dak is finally back from his injury. He's been out of his injury, but I'm just surprised he was because I feel like it was more than a season. I might be wrong, but I feel like it was more than a season since his injury happened, where recovery. So I feel like he's finally back in the game, finally getting some reps in, throwing the ball. I think this is going to be a pretty good game. But I got Jets here, Justin Fields, and who's the other good player on Jets?
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Oh, there's somebody
Sauce
else.
Gardner.
Yes.
Sauce Gardner.
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. Yeah, Devontae
He's with-
Adams.
He's not with Jets.
Oh, yeah, he's not.
No, he's not.
Anyway,
Oh, Allen Lazard.
Alan Lazard. Great call.
He's on the Packers.
No, he's on the
not.
Jets now.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I've got Jets. Don't know why. I think I'm just trying to hold on to my pick that they were going to be a borderline playoff team, which looks like. All right, speak up. All right, Dolphins at Panthers.
Dolphins favored by 1.5. This is going to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, two bad teams. Okay, I've got the Dolphins.
Well, I'm going to cheer for the Dolphins. I don't really know who's going to win here. I think
Tyreek
Panthers
Hill.
are going to lose. This is the thing. They played great Thursday night, I think. Was it Thursday?
Last night.
Last night. They played great against whoever they
Jets.
played. Jets. But then you saw Tyreek Hill got hurt. I think he was kind of carrying his team a little bit.
He's done with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think he's done with the Dolphins. I think he got hurt. I think he, I don't know, but I think he was going to get traded after the season anyways. So I think that might have been his last game with the Dolphins. Might not though, might be completely lying to y'all. But, so I'm going to go Dolphins here.
All right, I will go Dolphins as well. Should be a close game. Panthers wildly inconsistent, which brings us to Titans at Cardinals.
Oh, so
7.5 favored by the Cardinals.
Kyler Murray, pretty good. I think that's the only good player really are the Cardinals. Cardinals aren't great though, so you got to think about that. And then Titans, man, we talked about it earlier. They got to do something. They got to do something. Not too good for the Titans.
Yeah, I've got Cardinals covering easy here, 7.5 points. They've played some good teams and then have lost. So I'm gonna go. Once they see the Titans, they're gonna be like, oh, this is kind of like, easy football here.
So you might call me a little crazy, but I think this is gonna be a pretty close game. I don't know about a touchdown. I think the Titans, not saying it's going to be an easy team, but I think it's going to be easier for them. I don't think the Titans have played really a bad team this year. I'm not saying the Cardinals are bad. They're just one of the easier teams who they've played this season. So I think it's going to be pretty close, just not too close. So I'm going to cheer for the Titans. I do think it'll be pretty close here, but I think I'm going to go Cardinals. Next game leading on, we got Bucks at Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 3.5. I'm gonna take Bucks here just because they did great. They did lose to the Eagles, but I feel like that was a pretty tough game. Eagles haven't lost. What you got here?
Seahawks defense really good. Going to be a tough environment to play in for the Bucks, going all the way across the country. But
Actually,
yeah, it was Florida to Seattle.
It's across the country.
where's Seattle?
Northwest Washington.
Over here, Tatum. Over here at the very top. Down there.
All right, so we've got Bucks. I'm going to go win on a last-minute drive powered up by Baker Mayfield. Bucks win a close one here at Seahawks.
Next game we got Lions at Bengals. I think their Bengals backup quarterback. I think he's doing pretty good. He's doing all right.
Yeah.
He ain't doing great.
If you were playing
but
in high school football.
he ain't doing great, but I feel like
Everybody's frustrated.
he's
Jamar
doing good
Chase,
for a backup quarterback.
Maybe, but they thought that they could be competitive, and they haven't been
How is
competitive.
Joe Burrow gonna?
He's probably done.
I think he's out.
This line is ridiculous. I know we said this about the Bills and Saints, but the Saints have kept other games competitive. Bengals do not cover the 10 points here, even though Lions are on the road. I've got the Lions to cover the 10 points.
I've got the
easy.
Lions too. Next game we got Commanders at Chargers. Chargers favored by 3.5. Cardinals haven't really watched much of their football. I need to start watching much of their football, a lot more football, not much of their football. But I think Jaden Daniels is still doing pretty good.
He's been hurt. Now Marcus Mariota has been playing. What this game comes down to, does he play? If he plays, who knows? If he doesn't, and it's Marcus Mariota, not a bad backup, but he's a backup for a reason. I've got Chargers covering big time here.
Yeah, I think the spread is a little off. I think the spread should be a little bit more.
He might be hurt.
Because the spread is 3.5. I feel like it should be a little bit more. Moving on, we have 2 more games left. Panthers.
Patriots.
Oh, Patriots
My
at
handwriting bad.
sucks. Patriots at Bills. Bills favored by 8.5. That spread should be a little bit more up. Just because I feel like they've played some really good teams, and the score, like the Ravens game, it was 41 points to a good team. So I feel like the spread should be at least up by 2 touchdowns. What you got to say about this game?
I'm going to take the Patriots to cover here. Mike Vrabel's got the team playing well. Bills don't always have their foot on the gas. I think this game is close, and then Josh Allen's like, oh yeah, let's go beat Josh Allen, maybe the best quarterback in the league. But Patriots cover against the Bills.
I don't know if I said it, but I got Bills. Last game.
Monday Night Football.
We got Chiefs at Jaguars. Chiefs favored by 3.5. So you see the Jaguars. I don't know who's gonna win this game. I think Chiefs are, but I think the spread is a little off. But you got to think Jaguars are at home. They've got Travis Hunter. I think Trevor Lawrence is still back, right? He hasn't got hurt yet.
Playing well. Beat the 49ers last week. I think they're 3-1.
I can't believe we
3-1.
keep on saying that. I feel like everybody's hurt. All the good players.
So
A lot of QBs too.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs in this one to win
Yeah, I'm
a
gonna
close
take the
one.
Chiefs in this. I think spread for this one too should be a little bit up more just because of their win to the Ravens. Again, Ravens not the best team, but one of the best teams. So we are done. Thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy. Hope y'all enjoyed this.
Episode 6, college basketball right around the corner. Football shaping up. World Series, baseball. A lot of great things happening in sports right now. Until next week. Oh, wait a minute. Programming note. Next week. We don't know what next week's going to look like. I'm going on an anniversary trip with Tatum's mom. Okay? So,
My mom
maybe
keeps on trying to brag about this. We might not have it next week. We might have to do
it may be
it.
later in the week.
Yeah,
we
maybe
may
later.
just take next week off. But we will see you all soon. Love you. Bye.
Down in the Tennessee.